Alright, so this video is going to be a book review on the Miracle Morning Millionaires. So this book is by Hal Elrod and David Osborne. I'll put a link in the description below where you could pick this up on Amazon. I don't think it's too expensive, maybe 10 or 15 bucks. So are you the type of person that struggles with a morning routine and being a so-called morning person? This book does a great job of breaking down just how you can develop the habits and the routines to become a morning person, even if you're not. Just keep in mind there are ways of doing this that are not as painful as you may think. So the book starts out by teaching why mornings even matter in the first place. Why should you try to become a morning person? Why should you put in the effort to wake up earlier? They also describe what should you do at that time. Just because you wake up earlier, you need to utilize that time to be more productive, or whatever the case is, whatever goal you're trying to accomplish. You want to become a morning person for some sort of reason, to improve yourself and to get further ahead. So they'll do a deep dive into exactly what you should do within this time. So this book really focuses on how to use morning routines to become wealthy and financially successful, although you could apply that to any area of your life. If you're trying to become more in shape or fit, and you're maybe going to work and you don't have time after work to work out, this is a good way you could apply the same habits, same concept to getting up and working out. So after developing the morning routine, later on in the book they'll go into goal setting and wealth building practices, just overall general habits of wealthy and rich individuals. Both of these authors have studied many different individuals and what their habits were. Then they kind of condense what seems to be the most reoccurring and put that in the book. So as you'd expect with developing morning habits, it's very much a mental skill, a mental muscle you could say, that you have to develop. It's something where you're often alone with your thoughts right in the morning when it's, should I get up? Should I stay in bed longer? So later on in the book, they'll dive into personal habits and mental skills you can use when you're alone and you don't have anyone to help you. So overall, I recommend this book to anyone. Developing these morning habits, even if it's not as crazy as the 4 a.m., wild morning routines you hear of, but just helping yourself increase your morning productivity just a little bit can benefit anyone dramatically. So I personally use this book to develop my morning habits back about 3 years ago, and it has been life-changing. And it certainly isn't easy. It's not an overnight thing that you read and you think you're going to wake up the next day and be great, but it's each step compounds and compounds, and you just start with the power of waking up one day at a time. So the authors of this book have also set up a really awesome Facebook group that basically keeps people accountable. Maybe that you just are reading the book, but you need some accountability partners for developing these habits and applying them in real life. I'll put a link in the description as well as where you can pick up this book. Maybe something you'd want to check out in the Facebook group. It could really help you as you go along in your journey.